can't hear you. Let them hear all of you. I know a story. Story that you need to hear. It's in the Bible. Let me hear you in the front. What about the back? Let us hear the middle tone. Let us hear all you. I see. With God's army. With a purple.
Those Israelites, these idiots, goyim, they're not idiots because they're goyim, because there are many smart goyim, but they happen to be one of the idiots among the nations instead of the righteous among the nations. Now these idiots have been making a bigger stink lately. I had a few people send me messages about them and say, oh, this is concerning anti-Semitism. Kanye West is talking about the Israelites. Now I know these morons from years ago. I remember when I lived in New York, you always had one of these Amaleks in the middle of the street wearing something that he bought from a costume store, and he's yelling and screaming the New Testament, but he's pretending as if he's reading the 10 Commandments from Mount Sinai, and he's reading it in English because none of them know Hebrew, yelling at everybody that they're the righteous, they're the original Jews, they're the ones, and the Jews of today are fakers, and so on and so forth. Now, of course, at that time that I saw them initially, I didn't know anything about Judaism. So there's not much to argue here. I just knew they're idiots because the way they behave. Today, Baruch Hashem, after Baruch Hashem, I've had enough time to learn enough that they're morons. Why are they morons? Because their entire premise of everything in regards to being an Israelite and the original Hebrews and they're black and all this racism, all of that can be crushed in literally just a few sentences. There's no need for a debate. I will never have a debate with one of these people because they're violent people, both verbally and otherwise. And even more so, they're simply mental midgets. Don't tell me that you that came 1,500 years after Am Yisrael received the Torah, you're gonna come to my house, to my religion, to my Torah, and tell me what it says when you don't even know the language, for heaven's sake. The end. Now, of course, if you want to deal with the whole race card, this is what makes them stupid. Claim to be the original Jews, because the original Jews, according to morons, were black. All you need to do is read the Torah to know there could never be a possibility that the original Jews were black. Why? Where did the Jews start from? They're going to tell you all types of mumbo jumbles depending on who the yeller is. But the truth is, where did Am Yisrael start from? Avraham Avinu. So where do we learn about Avraham for the first time? Where? They're going to tell you, oh, we learn about him in Parashat Lech Lecha. No, it's not Lech Lecha, it's Lech Lecha, and it's not that. We learned the first time about Avraham at the end of Parashat Noach. Noach, ish tzadik tamim bedorotav. Noach. That's the parasha. At the end of Parashat Noach, we learn about the Tower of Babel. Tower of Babel, actually one of the people that was part of the Tower of Babel, one of the wicked people, was Avraham's father, Terach. Now, this is where everything was. Babel had a place in it called Ur Kasdim. That's where Avraham was thrown into the fire by Nimrod. Where is Babel? That's Babylon. That's Iraq, if you want to see it in English. Go find me one African-American black guy in Iraq. Find one. You're not going to find. You're going to tell me they came from black people? Where did Avraham come from? He came from Iraq. This is where Avraham came from. Where does it say this? It says it in the Tower of Babel, but even more, it says it in the verses themselves. Where it says, ויחי תרח 70 שנה ויולד את אברהם את נחור ואת הרן. ולתולדות תרח הוליד את אברהם, את נחור ואת הרן, והרן הוליד את לוט, וימת הרן על פני תרח אביו, בארץ מולדתו באור כסדים. When Terach had lived 7 years, he begot Avram, Nachor, and Haran. Now these are the chronicles of Terach. Terach begot Avram, Nachor, and Haran begot Lot. And Haran died in the lifetime of Terach, his father, in his native land, in Ur Kasdim. Where's Ur Kasdim? Go look on Wikipedia. It's in Iraq. And if you want to know further, where they go after? ויקח תרח את אברהם בנו ואת לוט בן הרן בן בנו ואת שרי כלתו אשת אברהם בנו ויצאו איתם מאור כשדים ללכת ארצה כנען ויבואו עד חרן וישבו שם. Where's Haran? Terach took his son Avram and Lot, the son of Haran, his grandson, and his daughter-in-law Sarai. That ends up being Sarah later on, the wife of Avram, his son. They departed with them from Ur Kasdim to go to the land of Canaan. They arrived in Haran and they settled there. Where's Haran? Turkey. That's where Haran is. Go find me a black person that lives in Turkey. Was born there and is from the time of Avraham Avinu. See, Rabotai, those idiots, and I emphasize, idiots, are people that are a danger to society. Why? Not because of their demeanor and their gigantic size and their weird clothes, but rather because when they speak in such a demeanor, with such oomph behind their voice and command of their beliefs, that it actually sounds like what they're saying is true. So people follow them into Gehenom. And guess what? They're also going to go to Gehenom. Who's not going to go to Gehenom? Someone that studies and doesn't make things up based on their skin color. Want to be righteous? Follow the way of God of Israel, not the God of the Israelites and the God of the Christians and the Messianics and all these Baba Meisters that are out there. Follow the God of Israel. Who's the God of Israel? 5 books of Moses. Read it with commentary by Rashi. You'll understand a little bit more. After that, we can talk further because there's a whole lot more to the Torah than what you're seeing. But first thing you have to do, abandon those false beliefs and that wicked behavior that's abusing society and the public at large. And even more so, stop claiming to know more than the Jews who received the Torah at Mount Sinai and are observant to that Torah till this day. Stop pretending you know more than us when you don't even know our language and neither do you even know our God. You know something you created and you are acting simply like a fool. It's going to end where foolish people are, like Ephron.